What would you say is the biggest misconception about you?
That I literally came out of nowhere and I'm an industry plant. It's like, what the heck? I'm a whole plant. Imagine. People don't know how hard I've worked and how hard my team has worked to get here. But I mean, everyone's gonna get that comes up from a social media viral moment. So it's understandable, but one day we'll tell the story for real.
So, a lot of us thought Tyla just came out of the blue, but it turns out that's not entirely true. She snagged a deal with Epic Records after dropping just one song, and now her track Water is blowing up globally, even getting remixes from Travis Scott and Marshmello. She's only 22 and aiming to be Africa's first big pop star. But like, when someone blows up overnight like that, fans start raising eyebrows. Some are calling her Epic Records' latest industry plant. But here's the thing about Tyla, yeah, she's got a super experienced management team backing her up with some big industry names in her corner. Normally, it takes artists their whole lives to achieve what Tyla's done by just 22. Imagine stumbling upon a new artist you've never heard of who's pulling in over 30 million monthly listeners with only 10 songs out. 2 of those tracks even got remixes from one of the biggest rappers and DJs in the world. Plus, she's the youngest African artist to ever snag a Grammy, and she's been hanging out with all sorts of A-listers. Fans see all this and immediately cry manufactured by the label. But whether it's true or not, we'll find out soon. Tyla, born and raised in Johannesburg, South Africa, has been chasing her music dreams since she was a little kid. But here were 2 big hurdles in her way. First off, no one from South Africa had ever hit it as big as a pop star on the global stage. And on top of that, Tyla's parents weren't exactly on board with her music ambitions at first. Despite all these challenges and even her parents' strict no social media rule, Tyla found her own path. She got inspired by R&B legends like Stevie Wonder and Whitney Houston, plus Afrobeat artists like Wizkid and Burna Boy, whose music was always blasting at home. As a teenager, she started sneaking behind her parents' backs, uploading singing videos on YouTube and Instagram. Rihanna was a huge influence on Tyla, along with posting cover videos of popular tracks by Justin Bieber, Boyz II Men, and Billie Eilish. She didn't stop there. Tyla also DM'd her music to these famous stars, hoping for that big break. I was DMing tons of people across the industry, my covers and original music. I just thought they would reply, fly me out, and boom, I'd blow up like Justin Bieber. Most of those messages went unread, but Tyla didn't give up. She'd ask her followers for topics or genres to write about, and eventually one of those caught the eye of her current manager. That's when she got discovered, but this is where the conflicting stories and those industry plant rumors start to swirl. But if you ask Tyla, here's how it really went down. Besides posting her music on Instagram and YouTube, she was also gaining a small following on the app that used to be called Musical.ly, now TikTok. And let me tell you, TikTok played a major role in Tyla's rise to fame. So, when Tyla sent her music to big names like Drake and DJ Khaled, she mostly got radio silence. But in 2019, a video of hers caught the eye of Garth Von Glenn. He splits his time between Cape Town and New York, doing photography and directing, and he's also the founder of Flourish and Multiply, aka Fax Records. They're still in cahoots today and just put out Tyla's first album together. According to Tyla, Von Glenn just reached out to her out of the blue with an email offering to work together. At first, she thought it might be a scam, but after hashing it out with her folks, they set up a meeting and decided to bring Von Glenn as their first manager. But here's where it gets juicy. According to South African YouTuber and podcast host Mac G, he's got a different take.
Water, she's like the biggest artist in New York that people know is from SA.
Wow.
She's massive. And he was telling me, hey, you don't know, it's Nota, man. You don't know if this is true or not. But I think he's onto something. But he's saying that should have been Shoma Josie. So what happened is Shoma Josie was dating her videographer, some white guy, right?
Okay.
And then they broke up.
Okay.
So when they broke up, this videographer started dating Tyla, right?
Yo.
And then he started like shooting music videos for her. And then he took her to America. So like, you know when Shoma Josie was on like John Cena and doing all those things?
Yeah, on Ellen
There was a team behind that.
And it was the videographer's influence.
Yes.
Whoa.
So now that team is on Tyla now. They're focusing on Tyla.
Wow.
They're pushing her like crazy.
But here's the thing, right?
Now, none of this is confirmed, but there's definitely something to Mac G's story. Turns out Von Glenn did direct Tyla's first music video after working with Shoma Josie, who was also under Fax Records at one point and went viral with John Cena. Regardless of how it all started, Von Glenn's help as a manager definitely opened doors for Tyla. Known for his creative hub, Von Glenn's studio loft became Tyla's spot for recording music and doing photo shoots. I ended up going to the studio every weekend in my last year of high school, Tyla says. By the end of the year, I told my parents I wanted to do this full-time. But of course, that's a whole other story. After graduating in 2019 and after being a head honcho in her class, her parents wanted her to stay in school and get a solid college education. They said she could do music on the side, but she had to be realistic. So Tyla actually enrolled in university to study engineering, but after months of tears and talks, her parents agreed to let her take a one-year break to give music a shot. The deal, if her music career didn't kick off, she'd be back in school.
Every day I would just cry on my mother's bed and be like, please just give me 1 year. And because I was a year younger, luckily they were like, okay, you're a year younger, you can have 1 year.
But 2019 and 2020 were tough years for Tyla, she says, the toughest of her life. She was going full throttle with music now, and with Von Glenn's backing, she teamed up with South African producer Cool Drink. This guy had been living with Von Glenn and was once Shoma Josie's engineer. Together, they cooked up something special, blending pop, R&B, and Afrobeats with shakers and log drums. That unique mix became Tyla's signature sound, known as Popiano. Then, just 3 months after graduating high school, Tyla dropped her debut single Getting Late in October 2019. Released through Fax Records and produced by Cool Drink, Tyla promoted it heavily on social media. But back then, Getting Late wasn't as massive as a hit as it was today, mainly because its music video didn't drop until almost 2 years later. By 2021, Tyla was feeling the pressure to prove herself, especially to her parents. She was worried that she was running out of time, but everything changed when she posted a snippet of the Getting Late music video on Twitter. The response was insane. With over 10 million views on YouTube now, Getting Late far exceeded Tyla's expectations. The video was directed by her manager, Von Glenn, aka Top Shutter. Its success not only got Tyla's parents off her case, but also sparked a bidding war among major record labels. Enter Sylvia Rhone, the CEO of Epic Records and a legendary music exec who's worked with icons like AC/DC, Erykah Badu, and Travis Scott. On top of a whole billboard in her hometown with Tyla's face and shout out from Sylvia Rhone at Epic Records, what really convinced Tyla to go with Epic was their promise of creative freedom. Staying true to her artistic vision was crucial for her. Finally, in May 2021, Tyla signed her very first deal with Epic Records, in a joint venture with Von Glenn and his label Fax Records. It was a seriously competitive signing, with multiple major labels vying for her signature. But even though Tyla herself is undeniably authentic, many fans argue that her path to fame isn't. Just days after signing her contract with Epic, Tyla hopped on the plane, leaving South Africa for her first time ever. But her flight wasn't to the United States, it was headed to Dubai, where her new record label awaited. Upon landing in Dubai, Epic gathered a team of songwriters and producers from America, Europe, and Africa, including 3-time Grammy winner and former Epic CEO Tricky Stewart. They set up a writing camp exclusively for Tyla. Over the next 2.5 years, Epic rotated Tyla between hitmakers in Nigeria, Jamaica, South Africa, the UK, and the US, all with the goal of crafting her debut album. During this time, Epic also released a few dance singles like Been Thinking and To Last, and even got Tyla to record an original song for the Netflix series Blood and Water. Plus, she scored gigs as the opening act on Chris Brown's Under the Influence tour. It's worth noting that along with Epic Records and G. Von Glenn's Fax Records, Tyla has also been co-managed by Colin Gale since late 2020. Colin, a seasoned artist manager from Jamaica and founder of Africa Creative Agency, comes as a package deal with his powerhouse wife Yvette, who's worked with hip-hop legends like 50 Cent, Eminem, Nas, and Mary J. Blige. With support from Garth Von Glenn, Africa Creative Agency, and now Epic Records, there's no question that Tyla was in good hands. As they continued to work together, Tyla flourished in studio sessions around the world, growing more confident by the day. Once she established her Fantastic Four of favorite collaborators, Tyla and her team were poised to make South African history. In June 2023, Tyla dropped Water, only her 8th song ever released. This new pop-piano single became a viral sensation, catapulting her onto the international stage. Certified platinum, this summer anthem not only peaked at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, making Tyla the highest charting female African solo artist ever, but also marked the first South African solo song to hit the Billboard charts in over 55 years. Contributions from a team of 9 writers, including Tricky Stewart and Tyla's trustic Fantastic Four. Water featured lyrics inspired by Aaliyah's Rock the Boat. Notably, the song received a remix from none other than Travis Scott, one of the world's biggest rappers, who is also signed to Epic Records and closely collaborates with Sylvia Rhone. Just 5 days after her 22nd birthday, Tyla made history by becoming the youngest African artist to ever win a Grammy. She took home the inaugural award for Best African Music Performance at the 2024 Grammys. Which brings us back to the original question, planned or not? Fans online definitely agree, 100% industry planned. One person said, a Grammy after 3 singles is wild. I get that she's talented, but come on. There's a lot of talented African artists who've been grinding way longer than her that don't have all of this. Tyla is an industry plant, argue with your dog. Another one said, if she wasn't so pretty, no one would ever know her name. Music industry has seen how marketable her looks are and blown her up. What do you think? Is Tyla an industry plant, and is she going to stick around the music industry? Let us know about it down in the comment section, and be sure to check out our next video. And subscribe. Bye!